Hello there and welcome to the last but not least run up to the job fair event, the fourth Wednesday before the big event, the job fair, Careers and College Job Fair that's happening on August 4th. Online, we are having the job fair at Maui County virtualjobfair.com from 1 to 3. And then we're having the in-person job fair at Paina Building, University of Hawaii, Maui County, Paina Building. That's going to be from 3 to 6, and both of those are happening on August 4th. Today we have Juli Patao, who is the Associate Professor and CareerLink Practitioner, Career Practitioner and CareerLink Director. She has her fingers on the pulse of opportunities that are available for anybody who is thinking about going to school, or thinking of going back to school. You're going to hear a wide variety of what is available to you, and she is the person that is going to be speaking to you now. Please go right ahead.
Thanks, Nico, for that welcoming. I'm actually going to tag team. So during this presentation, my colleague and awesome career practitioner is Wayne Aguiran, who's also an associate professor. He is also what we call a counselor, or referred to as an academic advisor. So he has a lot of knowledge, not only about students finding their way, or not just students, just anybody, it's everybody, let's put it this way, because we all transition. And so Wayne has done a lot of presentations to help our diverse learners about finding their way and their pathway. And the awesome thing is he's also a counselor here at Maui College, which is the other word for academic advisor. So don't get confused. His background, his master's has all been in counseling. So he's a professional and he can direct you to where you want to be. And that's why today's session is so important. So we hope that you, by being present today, you're going to really explore things that matter to you to help you make those decisions for your future. So Wayne, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Nico. Thank you, Julie, for such an awesome presentation. Sean, Edith, great to have you online. And those of you who are watching this recording, I'm so excited to be able to present this to you. I'm a counselor. Like Julie said, I'm a master's in counseling. But with that, throughout my journey, I fell in love with helping people find their dream, find their future. And more than 10 years ago, I found the passion of being a career counselor. Because for me, growing up, I wish I met a career counselor. I just kind of stumbled upon this and stumbled upon that, and I wasn't really sure. I wanted to go into nursing because I'm Filipino. A lot of Filipinos, your parents tell you be a nurse, right? Or get into the medical field. And so I tried that, and I wanted to do, going to EMT. I wanted to do all these different things. But I was so glad that I fell with this, and I don't know where you are in your career journey right now, but let me tell you, for more than 10 years, I used a lot of career assessment platforms. But the one that we'll be talking today, man, for the last 1 or 2 years, students have gravitated to this, and I will tell you why. So I'm so excited. And again, wherever you are, I've met with students who just, or in high school, who fell in love with this, who just graduated, who fell in love with this. I've met students who graduated with their AA degree, their 2-year degree, and say, oh no, what do I do now? Fell in love with this and found a career. I've met with military vets who did military for 4 years, came back to school, went into the workforce, worked for 10, 15, 20 years, went through this software and was like, man, why didn't I have this earlier, right? So, you know, no matter where you are, I'm so confident that this will help you. But let's do an orientation. So, you know, whether you're watching live or on this recording, let me ask you 3 questions. The first one is, have you ever wondered what major is best fit for you, right? Because there's a lot of majors out there, but what is the best fit for you? But have you ever wondered what types of careers would bring meaning and satisfaction to your life? Because let's be real, there's a lot of things that we can do, a lot of jobs that we can get. But the question is, are you going to wake up every day passionate about going to work? Before you even get your first cup of coffee, are you going to be excited to go to work, right? What would bring meaning and satisfaction to you, right? And the third one is, and we have a lot of students in this category too, are you deciding between 2 or 3 majors to pursue, but can't decide on one? See, reality is time is limited. Sometimes money is too. And we only can do one major at a time. And sometimes these majors are totally 2 different paths, right? The classes that you take for automotive won't transfer into culinary.
And
right?
I want to jump in just a little bit. So we use
ahead,
the
Julie.
word majors only as a result of when students come to school, they kind of have to take courses towards that future or that career. But we're also talking about life skill in the sense of, where do you want to work? What kind of industry do you want to work in, or what kind of skill sets do you need? So we're looking at not only the track of where your past work experience might be, but also like the environment that you might want to be working in. So use that word majors a little bit loosely in the sense to think of where your jobs have been, or what kind of jobs or career interests you're looking at. So we're being fluid, but we kind of use more the term from going to school, you can tell, but you know, doesn't mean you have to be a student, is what I'm saying. Maui College is for all people. We're not just targeting our high school students right out of school. In fact, we're not. Maui College's average age of our students is age 28. So this is very different. I mean, I've had students in the 60s and early 70s come to college. So you know what? There's no age that Maui College separates from. We are a public institution that welcomes all learners, and we just want people to feel comfortable and confident about their journey and welcome. So sorry, I just have to throw that in, but I love it what Wayne is saying about majors, and where are we going with that?
Yes, thank you. So majors, we use it loosely with occupations, right? Because as we know, majors and occupations have this link. And what I like about this program, what I like about this software is sometimes people know the majors, but they don't know what occupations it leads to. So on the other end, people know the occupation. I want to do this occupation, this job, this what, but they don't know what major to get involved with, right? But let me tell you today, guys, no matter where you are, whether you know the occupation, not the major, or know the major, not the occupation, we can blend that for you, okay? But reality of it is, this says entering freshmen, but I've worked with a lot of adults. Some people coming into college have no career goals, or they haven't put a decision on a major. But let me tell you something, that is okay. The first step is so important. The first step is just applying, because we can work out the next. You don't have to have a set major in mind before coming to school. I hope you guys know that, because we want to help you explore that, okay? But when you meet with us, Julia and I, the first thing that we want to talk about is careers. Because if you can plan your career, that would lead to increased motivation, right? Because you know, you see that target, improve academic achievement. You know why you're grinding day in and day out. You know why you're staying up late and doing homework and writing essays, right? because you see that target. Increase retention, you'll stay in school, and less time to graduate. So a lot of us and a lot of students that we see are working adults. They have families. They want to get in and get out as soon as possible, right? Raise your hand, nod your head if you know what I'm talking about, right? And so if we can help you find that target, what we're talking about, Dare to Dream, is finding that target, okay? And we're going to use that with career planning. See, the first thing to a career planning is understanding yourself, right? If we can identify your interest, your personality, your values, skills, and lifestyle, right? We can find a whole bunch of occupations, a whole bunch of majors that's designed for you, right? And I know you guys earlier did the interest with you know, My Next Move with Linda. That was a powerful workshop. I think Sean, I saw you on there too, right? This one is the same thing, but what I like about this is that not only are we going to look at you from one perspective, we're looking at you in 5 different perspectives. We're looking at you holistically, right? And I'm going to explain more about that in a little bit. But the second thing, the second step is we want to explore occupations and majors that is lined up with you. Because once you know yourself, now let's find these majors and occupations that line up with you. And I'm going to give you an example of that. But let's first talk about some career myths. See, some people think there's only one perfect job or one perfect career or one perfect major for you, right? But let me tell you something. And I think Nico and Juli can testify to this because we have a lot of different jobs. But let me tell you something. You start with one and you just kind of find your way, right? So don't let not knowing your major or knowing your career stop you from coming to school, right? Because it's a building, it's a path, it's a journey, right? Some people think that your major will guide you to your career. Yes, true, but also your experiences will, right? A lot of you on this call right now might not have the schooling, but you have tons of skills and tons of experiences. Let me tell you what, and I think I heard Nico talk about that earlier in the previous week, right? Was it last week in your video? And I think Linda talked about that as well. She's 66 years old and has a ton of work experience. Okay. Some other people think that your career choices are lifelong decisions. Let me tell you, again, it's a stepping block, because just because you're in one career doesn't mean you cannot move up. Doesn't mean that you cannot explore other things. Another myth, liberal arts, humanities, and sciences are not marketable majors. Let me tell you something. Talk to Juli Patao. She'll let you know that liberal arts could be a powerful major. What do you mean it's a powerful major? Oh, it's just liberal arts. But let me tell you something. Even as an academic advisor, liberal arts, if you can sell yourself, you will get the job. What do I mean? Well, liberal arts are made up of 30 credits of general electives and 30 credits of general education requirements, 30 credits of electives. Well, if you've got elective in accounting, elective in culinary, right? You can sell yourself in many different ways. You can say you're diverse, right? You're not, you have skills in many different industries, many different subject titles, okay? Those are very marketable majors. You just gotta be able to sell yourself, right? Bring the goodness out from you. And another myth, your career decision should be based on the current job market. Well, how many of you guys know that the current job market might change 5, 10, 20 years from now, right?
And I wanted to chime in on that. I just came from part of my other work is I'm a volunteer board member for Society of Human Resource Managers. The #1 industry based on the BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics here in Hawaii, is computers. You know, I mean, that's to no surprise, right? Technology, people being able to work remotely. So having these skills is nothing new. The signs have been showing that that's the area of study for many. And so, you know, we have to think of how we're going to evolve ourselves. Look at yourself today and where we're going to move to for the future is really, you know, kind of those guiding principles of how we're laddering this training. Another thing I just wanted to build on career myths. I kind of feel that a lot of my students lately, you know, their timeline has been primarily their family's timeline. You know, believe it or not, your family puts that pressure on you, and you're the one who just like feels like I'm making it or I'm not making it. And sometimes it can be so frustrating. And the reality is, really, it's a journey for you to experience and you to find that passion and evolve. And so my point is to create something that's workable and doable for you, because all of us have different kuleana or responsibilities. We got to make money for put food on the table. Well, we have kids or we don't, you know, I got to pay rent or whatever that is. So whatever that mix is for anyone who's watching today, we can help to make that mix. And that timeline or goal is really what you decide. You know, we want it to be workable for you to reach that goal. And I'll give you just really a quick example. One of my girlfriends, she took 10 years to get her bachelor's degree. She knew she wanted to work in accounting, but she had a young baby, you know, and she had a family to provide. And so she would just come to school every semester very diligently, taking 1 or 2 classes. And today, she's awesome, you know, and she's an accountant. And so, you know, everybody's path and journey is really based on what their current works lifestyle is and their own responsibilities. And we're just saying that we can help you to plan to whatever that looks like for you and your future. And whether or not that means you need a bachelor's, because some jobs might require that, some might not. That's what we're willing to explore and help you through this journey of finding out where you are and where you're going and what have you. So thanks, Wayne, for sharing that. That's awesome.
Absolutely. And the bottom line is, at the end of the day, is there are a lot of career myths that can be a roadblock for your success, right? But let's overcome that, you know. So when we plan our career, some of the things that we consider, right, in our process is, you know, because your career decisions will impact your lifestyle. So you want these questions you need to just ask yourself. Where are you going to live? What is your income? Yeah. What is the time at home and with your family? Because there's a lot of jobs that you either have time or money, right? You spend a lot of time at work, but not enough time with your family. But then you're not making the income. So what is your work hours? Are you going to be traveling often? What's the security of the job? Who are you going to be working with? Your friends? What are you going to be doing in your leisure time? So these are some questions that you want to ask. But this is a Venn diagram that I really, really like and enjoy. One, because it paints the picture of where you should find yourself, right? Because a lot of students, they like to do, and they like to find majors or careers, and because they love it, right? But it's not accessible, right? Being an astronaut, if you want to be an astronaut, cannot be on Maui, right? You got to eventually move, right? Some of the students, we choose a career on what you're good at. That's great, but can it also pay you to support your family, right? So in all of these, in what you love, what we want to do is help you choose a career to find out what you love, what will pay you the income that can support you, something that's accessible to you, and what is your talent? Because at the end of the day, we want to find the sweet spot, okay? And so it is your future, and you need to take a charge, because at the end of the day, you're responsible for making your education and career decisions, right? We want to help you get there, but it's you that's got to make the decision. You know what? Let me at least try to enroll in college. You know what? I had a hard time in high school, but you know what? I think I can do it now as an adult, right? Or wherever the stage you are, you know, also managing your career and controlling your destiny. You are in charge. But see, Julie, myself, our staff here at UH College want to support you in that. And as you can see, we're very passionate about helping students. Why? Because we help students day in and day out, right? And I love the success stories that come from our students. See, the thing that we want to have a discussion is, what are new occupations that's emerging, right? And we've got social media influencers out there that's making ton of money. I don't know if you guys watch Dude Perfect on YouTube, but my kids love those guys. They're making a ton of money doing things that they love, right? And we don't have that on some of our career platforms, but there's something, something that we can think outside of the box. And reality is, a lot of occupations are disappearing, right? Look at Maui in general. I mean, HENS is gone. Lucky thing, we've got our new farm is Mahipono, was it?
Yeah.
Right? So existing jobs are demanding higher levels of skills. And see, sometimes that's where you need to decide, is college my next step? The thing that we need to do is, we just need to be proactive in our career planning, because it's an ongoing process. Again, it's a journey. Sometimes you gotta go through the weeds to find the farm, right? And as we all know, this career process is just about fine-tuning, right? I didn't know when I graduated college that I was gonna be a career counselor, but when that opportunity came, when Julia and I got certified years ago to be a career practitioner, we're like, man, this is it, right? So sometimes it's all about fine-tuning. But the last thing I wanted to talk about today is a platform. It's called Focus 2. Again, I've used as a career practitioner. I'm certified in Myers-Briggs type indicator. I'm certified in Strong's interest inventory. I've used a lot of different platforms, but I'll tell you why I love Focus 2, okay? But let me tell you that you can use it on your cell phone, you can use it on your iPad, you can jump on a computer, a laptop, and it's real simple to use. And just because you're live with us today, right, Edith and Sean, we'll give it to you free, right? So you don't have to pay a psychologist $150 an hour, right, to go through this. We'll do it for free, all right? So, and if you're listening to this recording, if you get in touch with us, we'll do it for you for free as well. So, this Focus 2, there's a few ways that this can help you, but it can select majors based on your interests and aspirations. We can discover occupations matching your personal preference and attributes. Again, we will look at you holistically, right? But we'll not only the assessment, but we'll help you map out your career plans, whether the present, now, and the future. Because the bottom line is, taking this assessment is great, but the key to this is meeting with Julie or myself, a career practitioner that can answer this question. And you know what the main question is after taking this assessment? Is, so what? So what, you could major in this. So what, this occupation fits you well, right? But the main thing is, let's map out step by step. Do you need to go to school? Do you need to transfer? What classes do you need to take? Is there an internship available that can give you the networks and the skills, right? Because what we want to do is help you make an informed decision. And this is the model that we'll go through. We'll go through a planning process. We'll take a bunch of assessments. And what I like about this, each assessment only takes 5 minutes. 5 minutes for each assessment. Then we'll explore occupations. Again, we want to match your majors to your occupations, or your occupation to your major. And we can do that, okay? And then again, we're gonna make a decision, because we're gonna decide, and we're gonna do that action plan. Okay, we're gonna put that goal to reality. Okay, so if I think most of you are not students, right? So what you can do is go to My UH Services, or in fact, get in touch with Julia and myself. I'll give you our email and phone number, and we'll help you through. But one thing that I wanted to show you is this. What we're gonna do is you're gonna take a work assessment, work interest assessment. That's gonna take 5 minutes, simple questions, because we want to know what you're interested in. But not only that, we want to know what your personality is like, what you want to do in your free time, what you value. Do you value time? Do you value money? Do you value relationships? Because that all plays into the types of occupations that you're going to get into, as well as what are you good at? What is your skills, right? And then the power of this program is right here. You're going to hit this button called Combine Assessments, and we're going to tell the system, from all the 5 tests I took, assessments, from all the 5 assessments I took, look at me holistically, right? What majors and career occupations fit me? This right here is the power of this. Then from here, we'll get to explore a bunch of different possibilities. Some of you might not be able to go to mainland schools. Guess what? We have schools right here in the UH system. All right, we can explore various occupations, job families. And what I like about this too is we get to compare 2 occupations side by side. Because at the end of the day, a lot of students that we meet, right, they're interested in 3, 4, 5, 6 different occupations, right? But we only can do 1 at a time most of the time, right? Because after 4 years, we would rather have a bachelor's degree than half of 2 bachelor's degrees, if you know what I'm saying, right? Because at the end of 4 years, we want to put that on our resume and start finding jobs, okay? So we can compare 2 occupations side by side, and we can make a decision, okay? And so this is how it looks like. What I like about this program is that it's linked. We've worked so hard to link our majors with occupations, and also with who in the UH system is offering that degree. So for example, if you wanted to major in accounting, and this system will tell you, well, can I stay on Maui? Do I need to move, right? And if you click on these links, it'll tell you that Manoa, Hilo, Hawaii, all these campuses in the UH system have accounting, okay? And it tells you which level, okay? Maui has one, UH West Oahu. So in the majors, it tells you which institutions that you can get it to, okay? But also people want to know is, with accounting, what other occupations match up with that? Because reality is, even for me, I only knew what my counselors told me, or my teachers told me, or my parents told me. I didn't know of all the hundreds and hundreds of occupations that are out there. But if you type in accounting, it can give you all the different occupations that's relating to accounting, okay? And with this, you know, it tells you the salary, because that's important, like what we talked about. Linda did a great presentation on My Next Move, talking about that salary as well. And the bright outlook. Is it a growing occupation or a dying occupation? What is that? Well, basically, when you graduate, are you gonna have a hard time finding a job or easy time finding a job, right? So that's important as well. And what I like about this, you can click on this and you can read all about the occupation, from overviews, from tasks, the skills that you need, okay? And we have tons and tons of occupations. So remember this as I close. Career planning involves thinking about which educational and occupational paths will provide you with satisfaction and fulfillment in all aspects of your life, not only in the present, but in the future. So this is our goal, right? We want to help you find something, dare to dream, right? Dare to dream about an occupation that you feel happy about. Dare to dream that you can do whatever it takes to hit that. If you faced with a financial barrier, meet us because we can link you to financial aid, right? If there's different resources, we have HighNet, we have an office here on campus that can link you to different resources. But the first things first, get in touch with us and we'll help you there. But if you guys want to take a screenshot of this or write this down, maui.hawaii.edu/FYE. Okay, because I'm gonna save you about $300 right now. Okay, if you want to save $300 right now, jump on this website, maui.hawaii.edu/FYE. What you do is you click on this top, career and education. Okay, once you click on that, it'll bring you, it'll show you different videos and it'll help you. In fact, let me bring that up right now. Julie, you have anything to say for now before I close and show the website?
No, that's good.
Okay.
That's good, Wayne.
So when you're on this website, okay, this would save you at least $300, okay, because we're gonna do it for you for free, okay? I'm gonna take you through Focus 2. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna view video number 1. It's about 2 minutes long. It'll tell you how to log in and register. So what do you do after the video? Log in and register. Then you jump onto the second video. You're gonna do this overview. In fact, this second video is the overview that we just did, so you can skip that. Video number 3 is career planning and readiness. So it'll tell you, it'll take you step by step. View the video, do the action. View the video, do the action. So this whole process will take about 90 minutes. And after you're done with these 7 videos, you contact me right here or Julie. Then we're gonna meet, because the main thing, and I cannot stress this enough, because a lot of our students have taken the assessments, but that meant nothing. Sorry to say, that meant nothing. It was only, and I say this because of the evaluations that we received after, it was only after meeting with a career practitioner like Julia and myself that it really brought value to them. What am I saying? Well, because with the assessment, that's great. Let me give you an example. I had one student who we went through this whole process and was lost. It wasn't until a year later that she decided to meet with me, right? She was lost in a sense where she wanted to be a recreational counselor, right? Where you take kids on wilderness trips and you do all this experiential learning. But then her other interest was hospitality, right? And she felt so torn. Am I gonna go here or I'm gonna go here? But guess what, guys? Through our discussion, right? And through just brainstorming and meeting with a career professional, guess what the end result with her was? She decided after all this discussion, there's an occupation and a career that can blend both of her interests. What am I talking about? In the end, she is getting a job at the hotel and doing an internship with the recreations manager at the hotel. She thought, after the assessment, she thought she's got to pick one or the other. But let me be real with you right now. If we discuss this and we plan this right, maybe you can match and mend 2 occupations together and bring meaning and satisfaction to your life, right? So I cannot stress meeting with a career practitioner, Julia or myself. I cannot stress that enough. So thank you very much. Julie, the call back to you.
Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, Wayne. Okay, remember our whole title is about daring to dream. So not only did we go over a career assessment that can really help you to make some choices or decisions or help guide you to certain pathways. I think we've done that by providing Focus 2 as that platform to help you. The second thing was Wayne shared where you would need to go in order to register and perhaps enroll in a college course or two that might help you towards that journey of exploring your major or that occupation. So, and he has that up on the website right now. So the cool thing is not only have we done it online, and that's what I'm going to continue to share. Okay, so we know that college normally offers all these degrees, and someone might say, well, you know what, I don't want to commit 2 years or 4 years to going to school. Okay, right? I mean, I'm just being real, right? So, and that's why I'm saying it's important for us, to me, to help you to decide what that's going to look like if this is your end goal. If you're saying you want to be an accountant, well, the high likelihood is you probably need a bachelor's degree. So how you get to there is the next point. And yet still balancing your lifestyle. However, I also want you to know that in the midst of getting certain degrees, there's also certificates you can obtain aside from your degree. Okay, so there's some certificates, like, say, for example, if you wanted to become a bookkeeper or become what is that, QuickBooks certified or something like that, right? There's different certificates that you can attain as well, or instead, if you are not planning to get the degree kind of paper. Okay, so that's one side of the mix that Maui College offers. The other side is we also offer online training, and that's what I'm going to show you right now from our website. And Nico, do you mind dropping that website link into the chat for the viewers, please, while I go over the link? So can you guys see my screen here? It's the online training. Okay. So while Nico drops that link into the chat, obviously, if you can see way up on the upper left is elwood.maui.hawaii.edu online training. And these are the different subject matters by time periods. If you are willing to commit to any of these other trainings. So I'll tell you one huge thing, right? We have a lot of people who are getting retooled or reskilled, and maybe they don't have the computer type skills that they might want for themselves or an employer might need. And so they can upskill and do these trainings themselves online at the convenience of your home. So here you can go by courses by subject. There's a 6 to 12 week platform of whatever courses are available. These are just some of the topics that are available. I'm not going to go through everything due to time, but I want you to know, like, sign language, that's a huge skill here in Maui that we need. We need more sign language qualified people. And so you could start right here if that's something. Speaking Spanish, there's so many different things that Maui is evolving to. So I'm not going to click on everything like I mentioned. And again, the courses change by subject, and it's a time frame. It might take 6 to 12 weeks for you to complete that training. Then there's other types of trainings that we offer, and like I mentioned, right? So if you're kind of learning computer different certifications or training, good example, here's the QuickBooks one that I talked about. Or even if you wanted to learn, okay, what is Adobe Photoshop? Maybe I want to improve skills on building flyers or marketing type skills. What does that look like? You can do that here. We also offer construction and trades programs. So like, say you want to work in the field of construction and you're like, oh, construction is a huge area. Like, there's so many things. You could be a carpenter, right? You could be a plumber. You could be an electrician, whatever that looks like. We have those course offerings right there for you to consider. Another thing is we also offered some health and fitness class. For some of you out in our community, we used to have yoga classes. We used to have some fit classes, and the course offerings are right here for you to check out. IT, language skills. Maybe you need a little bit of writing skills. So you could either take a writing class here, or you could also take an English class on the degree seeking side. So for example, English 100 is a college ready English course. And sometimes even just taking that English 100 class would be great skills for you to use in your career. Doesn't matter what career. And then if you decide to progress, you can build on any other types of English type classes as well. So there's different types of writing classes available. And this is why talking to an academic advisor can help you to plan based on the skill sets that you feel you would need for whatever that future career might be. And so I'm going to go back to the main page here. And then there's these upskill with suites. Okay, so what that is in-demand skills. So say, for example, you can bundle different courseworks. Say you want to be a paralegal, right? Okay, well, what does that look like? What are those courses? So once again, you know, a whole bunch of different trainings and course offerings that are offered for you to review and check it out. And from there, you can decide what that journey kind of might look like. So I just stopped sharing that, and thank you, Nico, for putting that into the chat. Next week, Wednesday, August 4th, obviously is our job fair here at UH Maui College. We will be here from 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 6 o'clock. We normally have it hosted a late afternoon job fair, but we find that for those who might be working as well, maybe you only have one car, right? They can go home and pick up their other family members and participate during this period. So we really try to choose a time that might best fit most people's life schedule. And again, this college and careers job fair, we're calling it that intentfully because we can help you to make that choice, whether or not it's coming back to college or getting extra training. We're also having Wayne and the different counselors being available to have these really frank discussions with you to find that pathway. And really, you're going to be able to get all of this at one place at one time. That's what makes this job fair really important for our community. It's because we collectively collaborated with Linda from our Workforce Development Office, with Karen from our American Job Center. And for those of you who might have been unemployed during this COVID time, you've had to check in with the American Job Center. I mean, we're just really here to serve Maui Nui. And we want to do our best to help our community find their way, as well as, you know, adapt to whatever life things are going on in your household, because not everybody has the same circumstances, but we can kind of work out a plan to help you navigate what upskilling or retooling or getting a little bit more education about to help you towards whatever your dream future is going to look like. So we're just really here to help and serve you. And we look forward to seeing you next week, Wednesday, August 4th, Paina Building between 3 to 6 p.m. And if you, I'm going to leave it open for any questions. If you have any questions, we can definitely answer any questions you have, or else you'll see us next week, Wednesday, in person.
I've got a question.
Yeah, Sean.
For you, Julie. So is UH Maui still doing the distance learning right now as well for pretty much all of these courses?
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
right now with COVID, it's about 50-50, 50% face-to-face, 50% online. So
it's a blended kind of thing.
And depends which courses, right? Obviously with culinary, you know,
Need some hands-on.
And some of the science labs, automotive, but like English and math and history and some of the other courses, some sections are offered online, some sections are offered face-to-face. So we've got a blended thing going on.
Okay. So in those cases, then I read the other day that UH Maui is you need your vaccination card, et cetera, to be on campus.
So the normal pre-COVID vaccinations, TB, MMR, those are still in effect. But as far as the COVID vaccination, that one you don't need yet because it's not FDA approved. So if you're unvaccinated, that's okay. They're working on protocols on vaccinated, not vaccinated students.
Okay, good to know.
Mhm. Any questions? Any other questions? Edith, thank you for joining us. If you have questions, let us know.
Yes, thank you so much for everything. Yeah, I'm definitely want to do that, the website that you provided, and I guess I'll talk to you in person next week.
Looking forward to that, Edith.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
awesome.
Hey, Wayne, did you want to put your contact information in the chat box?
Oh, yeah, I can
Okay, good
put on
idea.
that screen as well if I still have it on. Yeah, it's right there. So
And while you're doing that, I will also put mine in, my email and our CareerLink number.
can you see that screen with,
Yes.
okay, so right here,
Oh, yeah.
Wayne right here, my email, waguiran@hawaii.edu, 9843306, and Julie right here. Julie, is this still current?
Yep, that's still current.
318? I
Yeah.
know during COVID we did a lot
No.
of shifting. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, we've had a few staff changes where a couple of these beautiful people in the photo are no longer here, but it's okay. We still have a solid team who are just so willing to help anyone who just asks. We're here to help. So that being said, it is 11:47. It's like right on time, and I'm actually trying to finish summer school. So I'm gonna go into my class. But thank you all for being present, and we really hope to see you next week, Wednesday. And we wish you the best for whatever your future dreams behold.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
again.
Julie,
Have a great day, everyone.
thank you,
Welcome.
Wayne.
Aloha.
Good to see you guys.
And especially thank you, Nico, for putting this all together and bringing us all the great presenters. We've been to these over the last few weeks, and everyone's been great, and it's been really informative, and there's great tools that we can take advantage of here. So
Fantastic,
thank you
Sean.
so much, Nico. And,
Thank you.
Yes, thank you,
and all the
Nico.
presenters.
Thanks again. That's awesome. We might have to quote you, Sean. Yeah, Linda,
Don't do that.
I was like, we didn't pay him to say that, promise.
True.
And
It's from
we
the
have
heart.
two
So.
award winners of the golden ticket.
Yeah,
here.
so
Make sure when you come to the job fair that you tell them that you completed your classes, and because we have a prize for each one of you for the golden ticket.
Oh, cool.
yay. We look forward to seeing you folks. Thank you, folks. See you
Thank you.
next
Thank
week.
you.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Bye.
Bye
Aloha.
now. That was fun.
That was awesome.
I know.
Good job.
Awesome.
He's
I'm
a,
gonna,
he's a good speaker.
yeah. Wayne is awesome.
He's
It's like,
excited.
yeah, he is. And I mean, like, he didn't tell his story. Like, we all have stories, right? And when you hear it, you just like connect and realize, wow, So anyways,